What up, y'all? It's Nicki Minaj, and I am on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 106 with Becca and Mike D. Brrr.
Hey, Nikki.
How are
you look
guys?
so beautiful.
Thank you.
Looking gorge. It's the Hot Morning Show with Becca and Mike D. Welcome back to Providence. We miss you.
Oh my God, Providence. I've missed you guys. First I want to say I did not know you guys have been on the Zoom waiting for the last half hour. I didn't know we had started the Zoom yet. So I want to just say I apologize, okay? But thank you for waiting and thank you for doing this interview with me today.
Well, I mean, it's not every day we get to talk to a legend. And of course, we'll wait for you. You've been doing it for a long time. Got a lot of fans here in Providence, including us here, very big fans. So we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. It's an honor.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Do we have a problem? That's the single. We're going to talk about the visuals in a second because that teaser was fire. But tell us all about the music because that is what it's all about. And nobody can tell it like you.
Well, the music, I'm just being inspired. Like the two songs that I recorded with Lil Baby, actually, they're not like big name producers. You know what I mean? Like I love being able to find a beat that really connects to me without going through the politics of, oh, who made the beat? Who did, you know, it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in the beginning, you know, of my career, when I would just go and just take whatever beat that moved me and start writing to it and just enjoy the process of recording, I think I'm back to that place again. You know what I'm saying? Where nothing else matters, just the music. Obviously, the album is on its way. And oh my goodness, like I have not been in this space. I don't think I've ever been in this space. To be honest, to drop an album, because even with Pink Friday, I was very nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very nervous, but I had a good time. Like I had fun in creating the songs. Now with this, I feel like I'm in the Pink Friday zone in that I'm just doing me and not giving a shit, like it in a way, right? But it's that coupled with the confidence and the calmness of, you know, that maturity brings, and just that space where you feel like, you know what, I'm good. I did what I had to do. I have nothing else to prove. I'm just ready to now be grateful and enjoy this experience of having people still want to hear what I'm doing after all of these years. Pink Friday came out in 2010. My first mixtape dropped in 2007, and so to still have people give a shit what you're doing, that in itself is all the blessing I need, and I'm gonna stand on that from now on, and I'm gonna be in the moment and be happy and grateful. That's it.
It's incredible to think about it. You mentioned 2007, which was the first time I heard you. I was in high school.
Wow.
And I remember the first time I heard your name was on Lil Wayne's Drought 3. He said, and I just signed a chick named Nicki Minaj. And I heard that. And then obviously we heard you on that mixtape as well. I think I Can't Stop, Won't Stop, I think was the beat, which was classic. And then your mixtape followed. And I've been a fan ever since. The longevity is incredible. And it's great to hear that you're in this space, because I feel like with fellow legends that have lasted a career at the top, not just a career at the top like you have for this long, it's great to see that you're in that space. It kind of reminds me of like a Hove, right? Hove's lasted so long and he's kind of got that confidence, and now he's making albums where he has that maturity. And so what is it like making music now in that headspace?
It's I guess, okay. When I was writing for like the 3 new tracks on Beam Me Up Scotty, when we did the re-release, it was pressure, because it was just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my feet wet again. I'm like, oh my goodness, I was overthinking a lot and worrying. Once I got over that hump though, and I realized people just want to hear me rap, I was like, man, you know what, forget all of that nonsense. So now when I come into the booth, when I come into the studio, really, I do a lot of freestyling, just going in the booth and seeing what first comes to my head, right? Of course, I'm going to eventually come out and write it and fine tune it. But recording in a confident space is being able to step outside of yourself and know, guess what? I may not have said this word perfectly, but the fans are going to appreciate this, that rawness of this. Like, I'm leaving it like that. I'm not going to rob myself or my fans of that experience of just having happy Nicki. You know what I'm saying? That's where it is. It's this, it's, you know, and guess what? I still rewrite verses a lot, but I just know, I think now, like the other day, I was in a group chat with like my like people from my label and stuff. And because I had sent someone back a verse, and I said, I don't normally say this, y'all, but this verse is something. I forgot what word I used to describe the verse. I was like, I body that. And I was like, I don't normally say that, but I'm saying it this time, you know? So it was like, normally I would have still been going back to that verse and saying, well, I could have got this word right. I should, but now, no, I'm outside of myself looking in like, yo, you bodied that, and leave it the fuck alone and go about your business. You know what I'm saying? So that's where things are different now with that level of maturity and confidence. That's all. But do I still put my all? That'll never change. I'm never, ever, ever gonna walk into the booth and not give my all. I don't know how to do that. My brain is not programmed to do that. You know,
that's
to be
a good thing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I have to say, on Seeing Green, the confidence came through on the music. You could hear it in the verse. It's just like, I had to run that song back like 5 times in a row. The Three-Headed Monster back. All 3 of you absolutely killed it. Do you hear them, or do they hear you? And you guys like compete? Like, it sounds like a competition. I was like, God, like what's next? They're going to drop 2 more verses and just have us like our head spinning?
Right. Yes. Yep. I think we are always competing. I think Drake and Wayne and myself, I think we are very freaking competitive, you know, and I think that's what makes it fun. I remember one time when I was kind of like losing my way some years back, or just not feeling, you know, like I knew what I was doing. And Lil Wayne, he was like, yo, you need to be in the studio. He was like, you need to be around rappers. You need to be around that know what's really going on with the rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying? You feeling confused and shit. And he was right. You know, once I went to Miami, and I'm like walking in my room and then walking in Wayne's room and hearing his metaphors, and then, you know, Drake coming by and playing stuff and stuff like that. Yes, he's right. When you're around other like minds, you know, I would imagine that when a basketball player that's great, when he plays on the court with other great people, you know what I'm saying? It just, you know, it just makes it that much better. That feeling of like, yo, I'm competing with the best. So I'm gonna go super duper hard, because I know that if I make a mistake on anything, it's gonna be another person that's thinking just like me, going just as hard, that's gonna eat my food. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think that's what's been going on. It's always great, you know what I'm saying, to just be around people that's hungry and that love the craft as much as you do.
Mike, that's just like us.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I look forward to doing a show with you every morning. We compete.
It's true. So Do We Have a Problem is the single. And I just want to shift from music to mommyhood and kind of put it all together. I'm a mom, Nicki. I got 2 little girls at home, 2.5 and 5 months old. I know that becoming a mom changed the way I approach my job here doing radio. How has being a mom, this is the first single since becoming a mom, how has that changed your approach to music?
Well, it just, you know, there are certain things that I say that I, you know, think twice about. Now, on these particular records, with Lil Baby, it didn't really change anything like about that rawness, instinctive, that raw instinctive in me to just be gritty and grimy. It didn't change that. But when I was pregnant, it did. I said this on a couple of interviews, that when I was pregnant, I didn't feel comfortable with making very sexual records and spitting very sexual verses. I just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what changed. And of course, I listen back to songs now, and jokingly, sometimes I'll be like, I tell my husband all the time, like, oh my God, soon we ain't gonna be able to play this song, and soon I ain't gonna be able to say these things in front of this little one, because he's already he's already repeating stuff that we're saying.
Yeah, little sponge.
Sometimes we'll look at him like, what you just said?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so I do have to figure out a way how I'm going to be playing my music around Papa Bear, because I don't want him hearing curses and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to make that shift very soon.
Or you're just gonna have to do a remix to "We Don't Talk About Bruno" on the Encanto soundtrack.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh God, we don't. It's a Disney. She went to the Disney route. There's a huge movie out right now. I'm sure that Papa Bear will get there eventually.
Yes,
he's not there yet.
And I'm sure he loves music because it's in his
Loves.
genes.
Loves, yes, loves. Yep. He knows how to dance. He has rhythm, natural rhythm. I don't know how, like he definitely gets that from his dad. Like he just, I don't know, anything you do, he can do it exactly like you. Like he can completely, I don't know. It's just weird to see his little body do these little moves, and he's just so cute with it. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure out real soon if he can be just walking up in the studio when mommy's in here recording.
Well, his mom's one of the greatest rappers of all time, so eventually it's just gonna happen, you know.
I wonder what he's gonna. I always think like, what's gonna happen the first? Like, I don't know how babies find out, you know, that you know, oh, my mom is like, people know my mom when we go outside, or people know me, and everybody's saying Papa Bear. I know. I don't know how that happened. Like, there's no rule book for this stuff, so I'm just interested to see how he's gonna figure it all out.
And that's what they do. Every day is a new adventure. And I'm sure that you're experiencing that. I want to get into Queen Radio because that's something we really enjoyed. Is that something you're going to be doing again?
Yes.
Oh.
I have already signed on a dotted line to do Queen Radio with a different company, a company I'm very proud to be working with. I can't wait to, but I'm going to let them put the announcement out. And you guys should probably get that announcement within the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
But yeah, Queen Radio is back and in full effect.
You do an incredible job. And, it's so entertaining to hear, obviously, the music side of it, but also like your personality. As personalities here, we do radio for a living. And speaking of radio, like it's incredible to have this opportunity to speak with you. What has radio meant to you in your career?
Oh my goodness. What hasn't it meant? Radio is a defining moment for every artist, when you first hear your song on the radio, right? So that's one component. And then the people who speak their minds on radio, that becomes a part of your life. You grow up hearing those voices, they become a part of your psyche. And when you put out music or you do anything, you want to be liked or respected by those people. So there have been times in my career where I've gotten into it with people on the radio and stuff like that. And I look back now and I'm like, why did you care so much? I wish I didn't, but I did. But I think it's just because no matter where you're from, radio plays just such a big part. And so I think now, definitely the culture of radio has shifted. Everybody gets to go home and listen to whatever the hell they want to listen to now. It's different. But I will say the people that speak on radio, the personalities on radio, they have, I think, one of the most important jobs in the culture, period. I would imagine it's very difficult to be fair, but to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine that's very difficult. So me doing Queen Radio, I wanted to take the best of what I've seen and heard from radio. I wanted to take the best of it and then put my spin on it. But most importantly, I wanted to give my fans an experience where it was fun and exciting. And maybe sometimes, I'm yelling and talking about Harriet Tubman. But at the end of the day, it's a dope experience. And I can have other artists come on and give them a shot, you know what I'm saying? The way I wanted a shot at one time in my life.
Absolutely. And we obviously, we agree here with you 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of your fans, the Barbz, we love them. We're big fans of the Barbz. We want to be with the Barbz. Like if I have beef, I need to know they have my back because
we don't want to be against the Barbz.
Barbz, y'all better have their back. These is our booze. Y'all better treat them good. Okay. Love them forever.
You just like
forever.
My heart just skipped a beat. That was like the best thing you could have ever said to me. Woof, I feel a lot safer now. But I have to ask a question for the Barbz because I've seen them talk to you about this before.
Oh, God.
You have a verse on a song that has yet to see the light of day called New Body. And I know you mentioned that it's not necessarily in your hands, but can we manifest that that sees the light of day, please?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that. And I respect everybody and where they are in life and where they are spiritually, right? But you know what I thought was funny, what I got a kick out of recently, that the public adored New Body. Like if New Body was the biggest hit record that never came out.
Absolute smash.
Smash, right? So what I thought was interesting that it was that Kanye made me write my New Body verse 4 times over in order to fit into where he was creatively and spiritually in his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only to then I go on the internet a few months later to see him on Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Rolling a blunt or smoking. I don't know what he was doing, but I said, now ain't this a...
You're not alone, Nicki.
I'm like, what? You know, I missed it by a year, I guess. I guess by a few months, Mike. I guess I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Because now, had New Body been out when he was not in his gospel sort of era, then it would have seen the light of day. But it didn't. So it wasn't meant to be. But yes, everybody knows that was the hit that got away.
It absolutely is. And Nicki, it kills us as fans because the song's a smash. And who knows? Maybe what if you get the call for Donda 2 and it appears?
Well,
or is the ship sailed? Or is the ship sailed at this point?
Yeah, I think the ship has sailed for New Body because now everybody,
fair enough.
Everybody has come to love, you know, the original way they heard it. So I'll just let everybody have that in their hearts. And it is what it is. Sometimes stuff happens like that in rap, in our world. You can't predict how things are gonna be presented to the world. So it is what it is.
But we can predict that Do We Have a Problem is going to be legendary. We can't wait to hear it. Nicki Minaj, thank you so much for coming on with us. It's been such a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for waiting to talk to me. And hopefully if I'm in your neck of the woods, I can stop by and hang out.
Anytime you want. Door is always open.
PVD Barbz would love that. Thank you, Nicki.
You're welcome, guys. Take care.